Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today we're going to be talking about the Death card. The Death card of the Tarot is actually one of my personal favorites. If you go all the way back at the beginning of when I first started this channel, the Death card was actually the one that I first spoke about. I love the energy of it. Let's start with that 13. That 13 right at the top, that's power. Begin creating what you want and leave behind what you no longer want. 1 and 3 equals 4, right? So that's the number of a strong foundation, and that strong foundation can come when we let the past go. Death in the tarot rarely, if ever, means actual death. Now, I have seen it show up and predict that, and it's occurred because, what is life without death? We live, we die, that's life. But more often than not, it's letting go of what no longer serves us, letting that past go, letting that pain, letting those negative energies, those negative feelings we have fall away, so we can begin creating something new. This is something I got from Spirit Halloween years ago, and I love the energy of it. It's usually like sitting on my table when I do festivals and stuff, and it just kind of shows that, letting go, letting whatever doesn't sit in our lives anymore fall away, so we can create something better. Now, what I'm wanting to do in this video is to share 5 of my favorite illustrations of the Death card between different decks, not between readings. They're the beautiful illustrations. They have so much energy to them, and I feel like they are the ones that really speak of that letting go of the past so we can create something new. Now, this is in no order whatsoever. Of course, I'm going to start with my favorite because, why wouldn't I? But it's the Deviant Moon Tarot, Patrick Valencia's work with the Death card. This is the Death card borderless edition of the Deviant Moon Tarot, and this illustration speaks volumes to me. For starters, we have that 13 up there again, showing, letting the past go, learning from it so we can find that strength to create something new. Now, this particular illustration, as you see, the one little child down here, weird, freaky, and that's the beautiful thing about Deviant Moon Tarot. He wants to go back, or she wants to go back. It is longing to go back. And we probably want to go back to our childhoods a lot too, and just not deal with the stress and everything that life causes. We can't, though, and this illustration shows that, because the character here, this woman, this mother, is pregnant with new life. So we have to let that past go so that new life can be born. That's what I love, love, love about this illustration. Like I said, this is one of 5 that I'm going to share with you. And yeah, the Deviant Moon is my favorite, but the illustrations that I'm going to share with you, and I'll tell you the decks, and I'll put the links in the description of where you can purchase all of these decks, because they are all mass market and they are all available. And that's the beautiful thing about having different decks, working with different decks, because they share different energies and stuff. Like, take, for example, that Rider-Waite-Smith. Obviously, the colors aren't right, but you have the priest, you have the child, you have the maiden and stuff all around it that says death comes for everyone. We have to let it go so that we can rebuild, we can make something better. So release that negativity, release those things, let them die so something new can be born. I'm going to set this one right up here, just kind of like that, and we're going to move forward. This one particular one that I'm going to share with you is a very, very famous one. It's the one that kind of rivals the Rider-Waite-Smith, because Arthur Edward Waite, Pamela Coleman Smith, they were in the Order of the Golden Dawn back in the early 1900s with Aleister Crowley. Now, Aleister Crowley was considered the most wickedest man in the entire world, but he was interested in the same things that I am. He was obsessed with the occult. He wanted to learn about it. So, he let all those people's opinions fall away so he could create something. And he and his friend, Lady Frida Harris, I almost had a brain fart there, I couldn't remember her name. They worked together to create the Thoth Tarot. Now, I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced. It's Thoth, so maybe it's Thoth Tarot, but I've always kind of preferred to call it Thoth. To each their own, and I've told you many, many times that I'm not about to pronounce things correctly all the time, and I don't really care. But the Death card in the Thoth Tarot is one of the most beautiful illustrations that I have ever seen. Now, unlike this one that shows, pregnant with new life, can't go back, you have to let the past go and move forward, this one doesn't really have that energy, but it does not take away from the illustration. It kind of reminds me of like the river Styx, that the one in the myth. I don't remember the name of the god or whoever was running that your boat and everything, but that's what I think this represents, because you've got the like sail and everything. You have the ocean of emotion here. You have the fish and everything. So we're clearly underwater. And right here, I don't know if you can see this. Let me move it up a little bit. Right there, you have the symbol for Scorpio, reminding us that the death card is astrologically connected to Scorpio. And Scorpio personally is one of my favorite signs of the zodiac. The fixed water sign, when they when they get upset, they let all those feelings just pull them under that ocean of emotion. But when they let it go, when they find that strength, they find that power within to let the negative emotions go, wow, they can absolutely achieve anything. My favorite Scorpio of all time, I'm sure I've told you this before, is the lead singer of Nickelback, Chad Kroeger. Think about Nickelback. Even if you don't like them, if you do, you know that they have been the most hated band in the world for years. I think that's changed thanks to TikTok, because new people found their music and everything. But, that could have driven him crazy. That could have driven him under. It could have made him give up entirely on his music. But it didn't. He never let those emotions hold him back. He never wanted to go back. He never wanted to stop. And now Nickelback is one of the most famous and popular bands in the entire world. So, that's that energy. They're connected to Scorpio. When those emotions are not pulling us under, not bringing us down, look at what we can create. I don't remember Aleister Crowley's birthday off the top of my head, but, that energy is similar to that of Chad Kroeger's. There's people out there that just did not like him, that doubted him, that constantly told him, you shouldn't be doing this. Even today, the people like us, watching this video, loving tarot, loving the occult, loving spirituality, divination, and all that, we have those haters out there that tell us to give up. But we don't. We keep moving. And that's what makes us strong. That's what makes us capable of being that strong foundation we need to create things. And this death card, I can't get over the beautiful illustration of this card. It's magical, it's flowy, it's creative, it's abstract, it's everything to me. So that's why it's made it into my top 5 death cards illustrations of all time. So we're going to set that one right beside that one and move right on forward. Who do I want to share now? Let's go with another hugely famous deck. This one is the Dark Mansion Tarot by Taroteka Studios. I think they're in Poland, so it's a really magical deck. The illustrations, this is one of the most famous decks of all time. I think, if you're a tarot lover, you've heard of this deck and you might actually have it. But this death card is so much fun. The reason that I absolutely love this death card so much is the illustration and the look on that skeleton's face. You see it? What does he look like? He looks bored. He looks uninterested. He's tired of this. He's tired of those feelings. He's tired of being in that ocean of emotion. And he's ready to do something more. This death card speaks differently than these two. This one's just crazy pretty river of sticks, letting go of those negative emotions. This one, the Deviant Moon Tarot, says, I want to go back. I want to go back. But you can't, because something new is being born. This one is, you're bored with it already. That death has already occurred. It's past. You're just holding on to something that's no longer there. So in order to alleviate that boredom, you have to focus, on letting it go and creating something new. Now, the Dark Mansion and the Thoth Tarot almost look like they could go together, because he's under the water. He's under that ocean of emotion. It's pulling him under. But then we move to this Dark Mansion Tarot, and this guy, he's already risen above it. He's at those gates, and we have to let go, rest in peace right here with that gravestone. We have to let it go so we can open those gates and begin something new. After all, the card that follows death in the Major Arcana sequence is Temperance, taking what we've learned from what's been lost and applying it to the next chapter. Yeah, that one follows, the devil follows that one. But when we don't let those negative emotions hold us back, we can create something better. We have that strong foundation. So the death card of the Dark Mansion says, it's already gone. It's time to let it go, for good, so that we can move forward, apply the wisdom and knowledge and intelligence that we have gained from those experiences and create something new. So the boredom energy of this illustration, I just love it. I love that kind of energy there. It says it's already done. It's already gone. You're not interested in it anymore. Anyways, you're not, it's doing nothing to help us. So letting it go, letting it die can help us rebuild, help us give us something more than we ever had before. So the silver lining of the death card, when we're able to look at it from a different angle, when we're able to just let go of the pain that we're holding on to because of it, something new can be reborn. that we never, even expected. Speaking of reborn, this is the Shadowland Death card. And the reason that I love it so much, it's very similar to that of the Deviant Moon. It's weird, it's freaky, it's wonderful. But the illustration here, you see this. Like, the character there is very creepy and weird, but you see the egg down here broken. New life has already been created. It's like we're holding on to something that no longer serves us. We have to face those shadows, forgive the past, learn what the past has to teach us so that we can have something better than we ever had before. Again, the 13 up there, begin creating that strong foundation by finding that strong foundation within and forgiving the past. So beautiful, beautiful, weird illustration. Again, this is the Shadowland Tarot. So it's about facing our shadows, forgiving the past, so that we can come up from that ocean of emotion and stop being bored with our lives, so we can create and hatch something new. Now, last but not least, is one of the newest decks out today. It's the Grim Tales Tarot, and it's mass market again, so you can go to your actually I got this one at Books A Million, so you can go to your local like bookstore or something that sells tarot decks and likely find this one. Now, this death card is just fascinating to me. What I love about it, like, it's the plant and everything, and even the grass and everything in the background is kind of like brown and dead and everything, but it's around it is green and joy, so you can find that joy. The Venus flytrap, it kind of looks like here, shows that, like, other people might not appreciate you. Other people's opinions and everything might have been the reason that you go down into that ocean of emotion. But you are awesome all on your own, Create what you want, grow from it, and don't let anybody else's opinions fill you with doubt and make you not feel like that strong foundation you are. Life can be scary. It makes us kind of want to go back when we didn't have to fear everything. Life might want to pull us under that ocean of emotion and just keep us there. But that doesn't do us any good. It's boring. It's uninteresting. And new life can be found when we let go of that negativity of the past. When we focus on ourselves, focus on what we want to achieve, and see ourselves as that strong foundation. Like, each one of these little faces, the more you look at it, the more fun it is. That big one right there says, I'm happy. I know my teeth. I know my worth. So I'm going to focus on it. The weird little tongue sticking out right there, that really sticks out to me, because this says, be weird, be proud, and trust that we have everything that we need to succeed, that we are enough, and let go of what no longer serves us so we can find that self-worth. That's just an example of different death cards of the tarot. That is one of the most, I'd say, feared cards of the tarot. Like, people that have never gotten a reading before are like, oh no, don't let me see the death card. But when you get a reading from me, I'm going to tell you the power of the death card. Yeah, if it comes up, I'm going to say you're going to die, because you are. Had a little hiccup there with my headphones, so sorry about that. Keep going, the show's got to go on. But, just trusting ourselves can help us come over that ocean of emotion, can help us focus on moving forward, turning our heads around and letting go of the past, releasing that boredom, releasing that negative energy, and hatching something new. The death of anything can bring us down, but when we focus on those strong foundations that we are, we do not let that ocean of emotion, look in the background, there's the ocean of emotion right there. When we don't let any of that bring us down, we can focus on creating something better, taking those experiences of past and building something new. Therein lies the silver lining of the death card. What's gone is gone. We can't get it back, but we can take what we've learned from the experiences, trust ourselves, and create something more. Death isn't the ending. Just like that thing that we began with says, death, letting it go, can lead us to creating something new. As always, I want to thank you for watching. I'm sorry about the little hiccup with my headphone there a second ago. But if you want a reading with any of the decks that I've shared in this video, Deviant Moon Tarot, Thoth Tarot, Dark Mansion Tarot, Shadowland Tarot, and the Grim Tales Tarot, if you want a reading with any of these decks or any of the ones in my collection, please feel free to comment on this video, message me on the socials, or book one directly on my website. All of that will be in the description below, as well as the links to all of these decks if you want to add them to your collection. Highly recommend all of them. They're so much fun. The Dark Mansion Tarot is a bit pricey. Do not try to purchase this deck anywhere but tarottechastudios.com, because fakes. There are so many counterfeit versions of this deck, especially, and the dumb Deviant Moon. I don't think I've seen one of the Thoth, but anywho, you can't trust places like Temu and stuff like that, because They'll just take the art and it takes away from the artist. So you want to, buy this one from Tarot Tech Studios and pay the extra money to get it from the people that created it in Poland. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again in the next one.